What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today is December the 1st. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what is really moving the market today. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with data points, we do have a couple big ones, more so roughly about market open, and that is manufacturing. Current forecast for that is 48.8. Anything above 50 shows more of an expansion. Anything below 50 shows more of a contraction. You do have Powell later this evening, but because of the blackout, he won't be speaking on any monetary policy or economic outlook. So at the end of the day, that won't be that big of a deal in my opinion. What is really impacting the market right now though is this. So this came out on the 29th, signaling that Black Friday sales hit a record high of 11.8 billion, and that is up 9.1% from the year prior. So in general, this is showing that consumers are out there buying stuff, and that kind of signals strength, right? This is exactly not the narrative that the market does want to justify a rate cut. We want to see, unfortunately, as bad as it sounds, we want to see consumers struggling. We don't want to see them doing this. So because technically if they're doing this, why do we need to do a rate cut? So that is what's causing the market to freak out a little bit. Currently you're seeing Dow down 0.44, S&P down 0.65, NASDAQ down 0.93. Fear and greed index is under the extreme fear category. I feel like today we were going to move from the extreme to the fear, just a regular fear, but because of everything, we might actually get dragged back in. So we'll just have to wait and see how that does play out. Getting right to it, SoFi, no fireside chats or anything like that planned today. Right now it is down about 2.93%. Shorts are increasing about 24,000 shares, not too crazy if you ask me, but 10.12% of the free float is being shorted, works to be 119 million shares overall being shorted. So anticipate shorts to be fairly active. That does appear to be kind of their trend that they are going on. I did mention this in my dedicated SoFi video, but nonetheless with it at 28.86, trading between this pivot and this S1. So for today, you really want to watch for SoFi to get and stay above that 29.03 if you're going to see some continued momentum. Aside from that, NIO is getting hit quite hard, and one thing that they have going for it this week was going to be relying on American data. But with that optimism kind of being popped right now, at least momentarily, there's no real reason to kind of buy NIO. There was a couple analyst ratings on a side note that I would have anticipated for things to really move higher, but it looks like just institutions don't want anything to do with NIO. They'd rather just sell it. So it is down 4%. Shorts are returning 528,000 shares though. So of course, if you just do the basic math, shorts are returning that amount. It is fair to assume that institutions and hedge funds are the reasons why, or the reason why NIO is going down. So 11.62% of the free float is being shorted, works to be 160 million shares. So at the end of the day, shorts kind of look like they are going to return a significant amount, so we'll have to wait and see how that does play out. Right now with that 529, it is trading between this S1 and this S2. Looking at the 4-hour chart on a side note, so 540 is going to be that key point to really get over, and then 519 will be that strong support. So for those of you that want a dollar cost average, swing trade, or whatever else, just kind of watch for a lot of these. Aside from that, moving on, ticker is QTTB. So they are up 109% today. And I've always indicated this in the past, whenever you see a stock down about 91+%, you always want to check dilutiontracker.com. I don't have a subscription or anything. You don't need that. You can just look for convertibles. And I did look at this, and they actually only have, they have a couple shelf and at the money. That is it. So this stock isn't excessively diluting. So this green day right now, so far during the pre-market, is legitimate, and it is based on this right here. So it looks like this company right here acquired their kind of tech, so next generation tech or whatever. So whatever it is. Biotechs obviously aren't my forte, but this is ultimately the reason why it is moving higher. Shorts are increasing about 4,000 shares, so nothing too significant. 4.85% of the free float is being shorted, works to be 266,000 shares overall being shorted. So I don't anticipate shorts to do that much in my opinion. Aside from that, with that 419, it is right above this R2. So 418 is going to be that key pivot. And then 370 is going to be a strong support. 497 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. So just watch for that R2 to really hold. but I do feel that this stock, everyone and their dog is going to be really focusing on this. This is getting huge amounts of volume, so this is going to be a day trader's dream. So definitely just kind of watch for that. And plus, on a side note, I was looking at the 4-hour chart, so you can kind of fine tune it to the 1 day just to look at more kind of finite support and resistance points. So ticker BMNR. I've never really been a fan of this whatsoever. I've obviously told you guys in the past, I don't like these overly hyped crypto plays. Tom Lee is just, I don't know, beside the point. Not here to kind of talk about that. But nonetheless, because of people's appetite for risk not being there, you are seeing everything go down. So cryptocurrency is getting hit very hard. So you have Bitcoin and then Ethereum. So just kind of be aware of that. Right now, shorts are increasing about 58,000 shares, 8.8% of the free floats being shorted. Works to be 33.2 million shares overall are being shorted. So I do anticipate shorts to be fairly active in this case, with it at 30.79. It is trading between this R1 and the pivot. 28.21 is going to be a strong support. Potentially could be touched today, most likely not. That would be a tomorrow type of kind of point to watch for. Aside from that, 32.04 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. And then last but not least, CleanSpark is getting a lot of volume. So it is down about 7.42%. A lot of these miners have gone up a lot. So over the last 5 days alone, it is up 45%. So I think just in among itself, it was due for some level of consolidation. And then now you have optimism slightly going down. So this is going to get hit very hard. Shorts, though, are returning about 17,000 shares. 33.5% of the free floats being shorted. Works to be 82.7 million shares overall are being shorted. And right now with that 14.13, it is between this S1 and this S2. So 14.98 is going to be that key point to really get over. I don't really see that being on the table today, but 12.77 is going to be that strong support. So similarly, that's going to be another point to watch for. But moving to the 4-hour, you can kind of see 14.23 and then 12.11 is going to be points to watch for. So today, just watch for it ideally to get above that 14.23. So let me know your thoughts on these stocks. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And then one final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. I put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades. Worthwhile to pop over there and check that out. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.